This is your intuition, so hear me out. Those clammy hands and stomach tightness that's uninvited are cues that I'm trying to spew to you, clear and loud. So listen closely. If you're feeling abrupt pinching, keep your head on a quick swivel and trust in me. Ignore the signs and it could likely be your demise. Signing off now, your gut instinct.
Not a splash of sunlight, it was very dismal and gloomy. A story comes full circle for Jared, Crystal, and Ruby, arriving from outside into their class reunion. Everybody roaming the halls while smiling, exchanging daps and deuces, cracking stupid jokes, acting foolish. The panic sonic speakers in the cafeteria are blasting music. Not a single sign of erratic movement. Average students just a decade ago. Now time to grab a spoon. It's rice, beans, and they selling some steak. That's a hell of a plate, but 20 feet away you can smell a debate. A fist fight? Nah, chances are slim. But that changed once an argument occurred between Amber and Jim. He used to call her Carrot Top as a troubled teen. Ruby, Jared, and Crystal get the sense that drama is near and left before a series of subtle screams, which would then turn to a bloody scene. With full malice, Amber charges a switchblade to his spine. That's a gym star like MJ in his prime. It's sad, nobody there expected a war. People exit the door while Jim lies still as he bled on the floor. Side note, he was an army veteran. Cuts on his face and hands he just suffered during Armageddon. A day of chaos, they just escaped it. A segment on the nightly news reported that Jim doesn't make it. Nothing sacred, I'm not trying to preach, but let your gut be a student to what the universe is trying to teach. Nothing sacred, I'm not trying to preach, but let your gut be a student to what the universe is trying to teach.
Hello, can you hear me now? This is your intuition, so hear me out. Those clammy hands and stomach tightness that's uninvited are cues that I'm trying to spew to you, clear and loud. So listen closely. If you're feeling abrupt pinching, keep your head on a quick swivel and trust in me. Ignore the signs and it could likely be your demise. Signing off now, your gut instinct.
Sometimes what you can feel is more tangible than what you can see. What you sense becomes what you believe. What seems to be concrete reality can bust at the seams. It feels so real, but what you perceive could all be an illusion made just to deceive, manipulate, have you stuck in a dream. Lust, greed, and jealousy culminate. Have you cut then you bleed? Let me explain now, cut to the scene. In order for me to explain, I need to turn the clock back to the previous day to get some answers regarding the motivation of Amber. At this point she seems insane till you find out her reason for rage. Ruby, Amber, and Jade grew up together and since 5th grade they knew each other, but over time the friendship fades. Despite the bond, the only men that interest Jade belong to Amber, causing anguish and intense pain. The backstory is set, dynamic in tone. Jim and Amber were together, but the cancer had grown. Although they built a life with a family and home, this Jade bitch just could not find a man of her own. A white picket fence, 2 kids to keep her at bay. Amber warned Jim about Jade's devious ways, on a straight and narrow path with no reason to stray. Then Ruby told Amber that Jim was sleeping with Jade. Fast forward now, Amber's got a knife in her hand, her stomach tied in a knot, and her life in a jam. Tired of fighting for men, tired of fighting for Jim. Her sight goes bloody red then hot white in the end.
Hello, can you hear me now? This is your intuition, so hear me out. Those clammy hands and stomach tightness that's uninvited are cues that I'm trying to spew to you, clear and loud. So listen closely. If you're feeling abrupt pinching, keep your head on a quick swivel and trust in me. Ignore the signs and it could likely be your demise. Signing off now, your gut instinct.
It's your right to listen to your gut. It ain't nobody's right to say no after you earn the right to be where you want to be and do what you want to do. You know, the older I get, the more things I gotta leave behind. That's life. That's life. That's life. That's life.